everybody, it's Lebo with Lebo's Pinball, and we are back here with another restoration project. This time it is a Williams 1977 Hot Tip. Now this game happens to be a solid state game, and they did a EM version of this one as well as a solid state. But we are going to tear into this solid state game and just see what it needs, and we're going to see how far it's going to go. We don't know. We have not looked at this at all. It's you can tell it's still here actually on the dolly as it came down the stairs over here. So we're gonna get a quick initial assessment. We're gonna try to put it on its legs, get the head on it, and just see what it does and what it doesn't, and just take a look, see where we can go from there. So hang tight. So we got the back box put back in place. I've got all the cables connected. I guess we've got, this would be what, the MPU, I guess. Oh, there's no batteries in it. It's good to know, interesting. Also good to see that we don't have a lot of corrosion. I don't think there is. But this is a Williams System 3, and so like, was it the 3 through 6 or 3 through, I think it's 3 through 7. They have this kind of this dreaded 40-pin connector where these two boards basically, I guess, interconnect with each other. And I've got actually a firepower game, and I did a bit of work to try to rebuild these boards way back a long time ago, and I ran into a lot of trouble with it, and I kind of threw in the towel, at least for the time being, and I've replaced the whole thing, the combination of both of these boards. There was a Rotten Dog board, and I've not had any problems with it. Rotten Dogs had, I think, some issues with some of their products, maybe more recently, or at least after I had bought mine. But we may be looking, if we've got problems, we may be looking at either just addressing the problems directly with these boards, just by rebuilding that connector, possibly. And there's other things on here. I mean, if you look down here, look at these resistors. They build up a lot of heat. That looks a little rough down through there. Not a good sign. But there is a whole combo board, I think, outside of what Rotten Dog sells, that we could possibly get. I just haven't done any shopping on it yet. Over here, here's this, I guess you call it really your power supply board. It looks original to me. Looks like all the caps are original. We haven't even powered it on yet here, so but let's just take a quick look. I'm going to go ahead and pull this glass off. Now I know that here already there was a little bit of work that was started on this before it came to me. There was already a little bit of efforts to start cleaning things up here. Might go a little further if we can, see if we can get a little more out. But if you can tell that there was some good work already done here to try to, I got all that glare from the light, sorry. But you can see how dirty it is here on the right. Wow. And I assume that it was very similar there on the left when that was started. So we'll just kind of keep on keeping on, getting that cleaned up. That'll certainly be part of the plan. But let's go ahead and pop the glass off, just take a look underneath, see if there's any issues, something obvious before I go firing the power up. By the way, this display here, I've got this clothespin here because it keeps wanting to flop down. Probably could put some double stick padded tape or something behind that. Maybe, I don't know if anybody ever has used an epoxy or something, but I don't even know that those work just yet. Very good chance that is going to be another candidate for replacement to an LED of some sort. There's various ones available. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down here, and let's grab the glass, take the glass off, and see what we got underneath. Man, like this. This is on here tight. Oh, let's go. power it up. Let's get a close look at things. Okay, just taking a cursory look at things. I don't see any cables or anything jumping out that's a problem just yet. Although, what do we got going on here? Looks like that was a ground cable that was cut at some point. We'll have to address that. Don't see any cables dangling or anything strange. Just, you know, a little bit of dirt and stuff to vacuum up. Here's the bottom of our playfield. All right, I say we go ahead and turn the power on and see what happens. So first thing I'll notice here is that this game has just, interesting. This looks like it is a 3 conductor cable. It probably has the ground in here. It should, since it's got grounding throughout the game. However, somebody looks like they probably replaced this plug at one point and just put the hot and neutral on and said, we don't need no stinking ground. Well, I don't like that. I've never liked that. Even earlier design games that didn't have a ground, if I'm working on it, I don't want to leave my hands without having it grounded. And what I mean by that, all the metal parts on the outside that a player will touch, the legs, the coin door, the side rails, those should all be tied back to a ground. That way, when you're standing on the floor and you touch your hands here, you don't want to be a conductor. You don't want to shock yourself. And I have done that a number of times. Believe me, it's not been to where it's really hurt me, but it feels weird, and you know it's happening. I've even felt between games, had one hand on one game and a hand on another game, and one was grounded and one wasn't, and you can feel it. So anyways, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, and we will, let's fire it up. All right, here we go. Oh, that's interesting. Well, there's no batteries in it. Let's so that's going to be one issue. All right, well, at least it lit up. It's doing something. So we'll have to start from here, start to get a little acquainted with this game and what it should be doing and what it's not, and go from there. Okay, I've actually put the batteries in. Let's see if it makes any difference. No, not really. Not really doing anything. Let's go in here and see what happens if we hit the diagnostic switch. Well, definitely got some issues for sure. We'll just have to dig in. All right, well, besides just the electrical issues of just getting the game up and running, as far as other things that we see with this game, let's just kind of do a real quick kind of overview. So we started to take a peek at the play field, and we got some more cleaning to do. This one area right over here, you got a lot of paint that's worn away. Boy, I'd really like to see if I can improve that some. I've done a little bit of paint repair with an airbrush, so can't promise anything that'll be great, but hopefully we can get something that looks better than that. Some other areas like this, and that's a little more doable. Should be a little easier. We'll do just a general cleaning around through here. Certainly needs it. The plastics don't really look too awful bad. Looks like it's warped a little bit. I can actually flatten some of that out. That's one thing to do. This apron, unfortunately, it looks like this is probably when it was getting cleaned at one point. Probably something got on there that ate up that artwork. So I don't know. If we can locate another one of these, or maybe there's a decal that you can overlay the whole thing, that would be nice. The shooter lane, we're definitely going to want to clean that up. You know, I was talking earlier about getting shocked. Look here, I'm standing here barefoot, which is stupid. The game's plugged in, and I can I can feel just a little bit of a buzz here, and that's that, you know, AC You know, here in the United States, we've got 60 hertz, so you can feel the vibration just a little bit through there. So it's plugged in, and here I am shocking myself. Real smart. Displays, I think I mentioned, probably going to have to replace those. The coin door. So this is sort of interesting. So, you know, someone has put a padlock on here at one point, so we can, if we take that off, we're going to still be left with the holes that are there, unfortunately. So we got to make a decision. Either we're going to get a new skin if we can, or a whole new coin door if we can. Haven't looked into that yet. And then take this off too. Now, as far as taking that off, that would leave holes there as well, which we could just fill in and kind of mask and hide. But then it starts to beg the question, what do we want to do with the entire cabinet? And boy, I tell you what, in my opinion, I'm kind of split on it. It's not terrible, and you kind of like to have, you know, when you can, sort of preserve the original art and everything. And I can get stencils. I'm pretty sure I can get the stencils for this game from the Pinball Pimp, but if you look here close, you got a lot of this planking that's going on. So I don't know, kind of 50-50. If we want to do a cabinet repaint, it's a lot more work. That's a lot more work to go do that. And honestly, it's a love-hate thing for me. I look over here, we got a little bit that's split off, so that's another vote for redoing the cabinet. I kind of hate doing them because it's so much work, and I used to have access to a paint booth that I don't really have access to anymore. So I don't know, we'll see. Might be something we can do there with painting it somehow. Have to kind of think on it, but overall, in the legs, they'll either need to be replaced or I can just get them recoated. There's like a gray kind of paint or something that's on this, but they're just looking a little rough. And if we're going to try to make this game really standing tall when we're done, then there's going to be certain things we got to consider we might still do. Oh, by the way, I didn't even mention the back glass. So it's not on here just because when the game was brought here, the back glass was temporarily left behind, but it exists. I just haven't seen it yet. All right, I know this is just kind of an introductory video of the next project here, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I'll start kind of digging in to see what's going on, why we can get this thing to really fire up. We may end up having to start looking at getting a new that new combo board. Let me see what is available, and we'll also check out the power supply, make sure that it's putting out the right voltage on different, so look for test points if we can, and just see what it's supposed to have and see what it's doing. So all right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.